a.m. God. We might be able to... All right, let's start again here. Hey, we might be able to put something together. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been trying to get out of the garage for 20, 30 minutes here. But here we are. There she is. She's warming up. And this is just a test to see if everything's working. And I'm going to presume that it is. Got mesh on because it's kind of warm today. It's October the 3rd here at Wistful Vistas in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. And we're going to do a little bit of a sentimental journey today. I'll tell you about it on the way, but it's taken me a half hour to get out of the garage here. So we're going to climb on the machine and hie ourselves away. Camera connection lost. Lovely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so there you are, and I hope this audio is decent. I'll just put it that way. Did have my struggles this morning setting it all up. Did have my struggles getting out of the garage because I had so much stuff to lash up and do. But here we are going through the picturesque village of Rancho Santa Fe. What are we out on a ride for? It's Sunday, November the 3rd. You're getting the full flavor of a beautiful early November, late October California day. We've got days in the 70s and nights in the 50s. Just gorgeous. So there's an old song, Sentimental Journey, and we're going to go on a Sentimental Journey. I got to get us some gasoline. Got to find a spot to get some gasoline. It's saying I could run out here. I'm wondering if I can make it to a station. It's really telling me I've got to look. So that's kind of a new one. Haven't ever seen that bar going back and forth like that. But in any case, the Sentimental Journey is to revisit one of the locations for my treatment during some of the effects and after effects of my prostate cancer. Now, I had a radiation, a proton radiation, and that has, by all the measurements and everything, really taken care of my prostate as far as the PSA count and imaging shows it taken care of. And mine was caught early, so the cancer had not escaped the capsule, so they estimate. And what happened, what developed afterwards, and I've shared this before, but what developed afterwards is I got, nice group of guys, I got a radiation burn. And that radiation burn, at the beginning of this year, 2024, that radiation burn came on, and it hurt a lot. It was very discomforting, and it caused me a lot of issues. There are side issues accompanying that. I'll share those a little later on. But in any case, the treatment that I was prescribed was hyperbaric oxygenation. And that is where you go into a hyperbaric chamber and they raise the ambient pressure that you're in and give you a hood that is connected to an umbilical, and through that you breathe in super oxygen, supposedly 100% oxygen, but no such thing. But it's a high dosage of oxygen, and in my case, I did that 40 times. So this road I'm going down, this beautiful twisty little road through the back roads of Rancho Santa Fe, is the road I drove not quite, but nearly 40 days in a row. So I got to know it rather well. Oh, oops. Okay, here's some guys, bicycle guys owning the road and forcing the cars into the other lane. Got to watch out for that. And I say not quite 40 days because there were days when weekends, for instance, are, hey, there's a scooter guy with a surfboard on it. I like it. That's my kind of guy. I don't know if you saw that. But there were days where there wasn't a doctor available, so they couldn't operate the machine. And then holidays and weekends. We did not do weekends. So, but nearly 40 days, this was my commute. I did it early in the morning. I had the morning session almost without fail. And then I would ride up over here through that wonderful little curvy road by through Rancho Santa Fe, and then come up over here into Escondido. And that is where we're headed right now. Once we get over this hill, we'll get to Escondido, and we'll get down to the clinic. So people ask, what's that like? What's the hyperbaric oxygenation treatment like? Is there any distress? Is there any, do you have to worry about anything in particular? You do not. You do not. It's a relatively small room. In my case, I was lucky because many of the earlier hyperbaric chambers are cylindrical. In my case, I was lucky. This person is a little too slow for me. In my case, I was lucky. I had a more modern one, dates from the early 2000s. And it was large enough to seat, they set up to 8 people. I was never in it with more than 6. You're in these reclining chairs. And you are first put into scrubs. Take your clothes off, all watches, anything that can spark, because you're in a very rich oxygen environment. So the risk of fire is relatively high. And then you go into the chamber, and they raise the chamber pressure to simulate as if you were 40 feet under seawater. And once you reach that depth, that I guess you would call that a veritable depth or a virtual depth, you are then given an oxygen hood, which is a clear plastic hood that you slip over your head, and you breathe out. I got to get some air in this. Just cold enough to fog the visor, ladies and gentlemen. And you then breathe the oxygen, and you do that in 3 20-minute sessions. And when you first go into these things, your first couple, 3 times, there's a little unease because it's not a large space. It's not a tiny space, but it's not a large space, so there can be a little unease that you're in something maybe a trifle more confined than what you're used to. Now, some people handle that better than others. I guess I would describe myself as being middle of the road. I'm neither overly claustrophobic or completely unconcerned about the idea, but I would be in the middle. Some people do have issues, and they give them sometimes some relaxants so that they can go into the chamber and relax and be able to do the entire oxygenation breathing. Now this guy is right in our way here, so we're gonna come up around him, do a right turn, and what happens is that there's two large metal doors that are closed, and these are hermetically or pressurized so that they will stay closed and keep the pressure in the containment capsule. We got a chance. Hey, that didn't hurt too much. And then you slip the hood on, and as you get down to temperature, as you get down to pressure, sorry, I was trying to get two things out at one time. As you get down to pressure, the temperature rises, because as you compress things, temperature does rise. Think of internal combustion. That's how the motor and good old Tony Thunder here works. As you pressurize things, temperature goes up, and that's how we have managed internal combustion for any number of years. But the temperature does go up, and it can feel a little bit tight in there. And then once you're at the virtual depth, the pressure, you are given a clear plastic hood that you slip over your face. You can see through it. There's a small TV in there with a screen on it, and by consensus we would select sometimes a movie to watch. Most of the times I read. And you get 3 sessions of 20 minutes each with the hood on. And each session then is punctuated by a 10-minute break without the hood on, and you then go back and repeat the process. Once you're through with the 3rd session, then they raise the ambient pressure back to the equivalent of seawater, or whatever it is here in Encinitas, pretty close to seawater level. And you take off the hoods, then they open the pressurized doors. Think of the Starship Enterprise, and the doors going they open like that. It takes about 10 minutes to get down to pressure and 10 minutes to get up from pressure. So you come out of that, and then you're through for the day. No pain associated with it, no discomfort really. Tedium, you are in a closed environment, and you are pretty much on your own as far as what goes on in there. There is an attendant in the chamber with you, and they will help you out. Some people, let's face it, that's better part of, forget what the total minutes are, but you're pushing 2.5 hours, and for some people that's a long time without a little potty break. And they do have a little urinal they bring around in there, which I was always a little concerned about, given my condition. And they can take care of you. Now, believe it or not, I did not have to do that. It's funny, I was concerned about it, but I didn't have to do it. So I felt, what did I feel? I felt glad that I did not have to do that. Okay, here we are. We are going in. We are going up into the area. Look ahead. This is what I did for 40 times. Maybe 41, because I did have a pre-exam, so it might have been more like 41. But I came around into this campus here, and I'm going to put her in neutral. There we go. And we're going to roll to a stop. Let out the clutch. Drop the stand. We're going to shut the machine off, and I'm going to visit.